Don't touch it. 8:41 a.m. that is out for you to share your then I'm live or even drop. And thank you very much. All right, so we're live now. My name still remains Mobola. First, actually, we have the fact that in Gusau, capital of Zamfara, sent after the kidnappers to secure the southeast, its roadmap to rescue the remaining female suggestion to the federal government on the widespread insecurity in the country. Remember that we are in the Ember months. What would you suggest in the country, and what something just goes back to the centers in different parts of the country studying, and then you go into the government so far on insecurity and the first during trends in the papers, but it has now come up in Mainland Focus. Babalola, and what areas of constitution is what I think you should do, and also do you see the current government getting committed to constitutional reforms that can give us a brand new one? Do you think that we have the right lawmakers in place? Do you think the 10th National Assembly, has what it takes to actually bail this particular cat that we have been talking about for so long? That is, or those are our focal points for this morning. Very straight to the point. Do you agree with Afe BABALOLA that the Minister of Justice and the Attorney General of the Federation should work towards giving Nigeria a new constitution? He said the constitution. He said in the constitution he proposed politics should not be regarded as a transactional business. Remember, Fuhad said something the other day that a constitution where I think the people vote. Yes, I think that's what he said some 2 weeks or so ago, where people vote and say, okay, this is what we should do, this is what we should not do, this is what we should take away, this is what we shouldn't take away. The people should be heavily involved in the constitutional amendment or review, as it were. So let's start with Fuhad, and then we open up the phone line for you to share your thoughts. Fuhad, Saheed, which would you like to tackle first?
Okay, I'll talk about insecurity.
Okay.
And some of the things I would say somehow directly related to the second issue, which is about constitutional reforms, as suggested by Afe BABALOLA, FAN, the elder statesman. Now, you see, the issue of insecurity, Sandra, nothing has changed. Practically, from the reports we are getting, nothing has changed. Even in the north, the northeast, where we've had little reports, maybe, not so much reports of Boko Haram. In recent time, I think yesterday, Boko Haram struck again in the northeast. In the northeast. So, Zamfara again, we have 21 girls that have been kidnapped. 7 have been rescued. The same old story that we started with during the Jonathan era. Buhari era, so the same story is still going on. The bandits are still doing their thing. Just recently in Niger State, they ambushed and dropped a military helicopter, killed our military personnel. In Imo State, security personnel were ambushed and killed. So if you look at it, the last 4 months of this administration, nothing has changed. Despite the fact that we've changed our services, we have a new NSA and all of that. And when these services were changed, I said, you can do what is called personnel reform, Sandra. But what of the mode of operation? What are the legal frameworks that would ensure them to deliver on the job they've been given to? Sandra, until we look at intelligence gathering, because again, whether anybody likes it or not, fighting insecurity in the 21st century has gone beyond just hiring people, putting AK-47 in their hands, and putting it behind a vehicle to begin to run around the country. That will not resolve insecurity problems. So that you think, okay, buy AK-47, buy tanks, and all of that. What about intelligence gathering? As we say today, what is our level of intelligence gathering as far as the security is concerned in the country? The other one is about amendment of our constitution. I'm also surprised that 4 months down the line, we are not seeing it as a top priority of this government to begin to talk about state policing, a restructuring of our policing system in the country. I thought that it was going to be one of their major agenda. I thought that in every speech that the president is making, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will finding it as a point of order. That look, now that I have a very supportive National Assembly, now that I seem to be in control, and we have somehow been able to entrench our people in different positions, I'm going to ensure that within so period, we put up a legal framework to ensure that we go back, we activate the idea of state policing. It was something we talked about severally during the campaign, Sandra. Because the reality is that a lot of these crimes are in the local level, at the local level. The current policing system we have in the country is not working. And people have suggested, experts have suggested, people have suggested that we have to go back to state policing so that we can localize our policing structure. You know, you bring one man, you know, you bring a police officer down from Zamfara to go to Imo State. He doesn't speak their language. He doesn't understand the terrain. He's bound to fail. You take a man from it to go into Zamfara as their DPO. If the man is going to fail, he doesn't speak their language, he doesn't understand the terrain. So we have to, whether we like it or not, localize the idea of policing in the country for us to begin to fight insecurity. And unfortunately, I am not seeing that commitment from the government. They are not making it an agenda. They have not even mentioned it at all as if it's what they are going to do. So I see a situation where the government is probably going to want to keep the status quo, and it will not work. Unfortunately, we might have a situation where in the next 4 years, we are going to continue having the same reports going on, kidnapping, banditry, and all of that. That is not what we want. So again, it's about constitutional reform, changing what we are doing. Like they always say, we can't be doing the same thing all over the same way and expect a different result. So I think we need to restructure our policing system. Our current security architecture is not working, and we need to reform it completely. And then on the issue of constitutional reform, Sandra, who is going to bail the cat? Where do we start? There's the issue of resource control. I just mentioned state policing, independence of the judiciary, electoral reforms, cutting down the cost of governance. There are too many things in that constitution that we need to reform. And that is why Afe BABALOLA say, the other statesman is coming for a completely brand new constitution. The AGF I agree can start the process, can activate the idea. Do we have a National Assembly that will buy that idea? Are we going to get the commitment from the federal government? Are we going to get state governors to commit to it? Will state assemblies commit to a brand new constitution? Sandra, I doubt if that would happen.
Wow. So help us all. I like the fact that you were very, very interesting with your words. You said the president, now that he has a supportive National Assembly. It's okay if you call that supportive. That's also an interesting way to put it. Thank you very much, Fuhad. It's all right. Let's move on now to our listeners. Let's get the thoughts and contribution of our listeners. 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call. And let's have a conversation as regards, the two focal points that we have this morning: security reforms and constitutional amendment. That is what we're looking at this morning. So you can call in to share your thoughts at 0913-6000-410, or you can drop your comments in the live chat section on our Facebook and YouTube streaming platforms. We are live on both platforms, so all you have to do is just drop your comments, and we also read it live on air. Okay. We also take text messages and WhatsApp messages, but on 0913-6000-430. That's for text messages and WhatsApp messages. 0913-6000-430. Let's have a conversation. Okay, please, you have just 2 minutes, straight to the point, and let's keep things clean. Would really, really, really appreciate that. You're listening to Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
To Lady Sandra.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
Morning to you, Mr. Fuhad.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. God bless all of you and bless your management. Indeed, God bless Nigeria.
Amen.
You see, security, very, very important. I will suggest to Mr. President to do it very fast. Number one, those if you can't take the police right now, it's better you call all the governors. Let them have like 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗀𝗏 in their various states, various local governments, equip them with jackets so that I can make a call to military at any given time. And intelligence that is very, very important. We must make sure because all the people that are terrorizing the country, they are hide their meeting somewhere, they live somewhere, they behave like innocent fellow, run the gate. But don't be nice. They turn to criminal. So it needs the urgent work of DSS, intelligence that's what we need right now. And if you believe, the America, they were telling their citizens they should not go to 18 states in Nigeria. We have heard it all. So, Mr. Pep, please do something. And again, the talk of constitution we are ready for it now. What am I saying? The Abasanjo constitution review, the Jonathan constitution review. I want Mr. President to just gather all those two conference and join a little to it. Before you can do it, take order from National Assembly. I want to do social things. Let them give free passport. Because I don't want a constitution that will go after National Assembly, adopt it. They will take it to state. Then we kill it, go through our find decision. So anything arrive at for that national conference to be our constitution. I want it to be so happen.
Okay.
Mobola.
Yes, sir.
What to have a national assembly make a law? They take it to state. They kill the law. So let's have that join stand together because Bola Tinubu, he wants federalism. He wants the constitution to be refused from day one. He should do it now. Good morning to you. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise. Good morning to you as well. 0913-6000-410. Hello, good morning.
Sandra.
Yes, good morning. 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Fuhad, God bless you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. First of all, you see, our president should listen to Nigeria. You understand? We know he has interest to sanitize this country. But we expect him to sanitize the inner house first. Look, it is very, very key. You see, enabling environment is very important. You don't need to worry himself. If the environment is okay, people will come. I remember, 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗀𝗶𝗶 came when Nigeria the environment is clean. Those days, they all came. God come. God came when our environment is okay. You don't need to bother himself. You don't need to look. It is very, very key, especially on security. Let me tell you, I don't see why everybody will be following him up and down in abroad. He's the chief security officer. Let him relocate to Zamfara. Let him relocate and put a battalion there. You see, and I'm also, let me tell you something. On this, state policing, I expect, in fact, one of the things I expect President Tinubu to do is this state policing because he has been clamoring for it for a long time. So, and thank you very much, Mr. Fuhad. And also, he has a kind of a family national assembly, which is supposed to be the first priority. So, he's just dissolving himself, going up and down. Let him come and solve our internal problem. And also, on another issue, thank you very much, Mr. Fuhad. We were hearing from from another radio this morning that we were to expect to have from October, there's going to be increase of Naira, 𝗵𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗵𝗁. I don't know how far that is so, Mr. Fuhad. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
It's all right. Thank you very much, 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝗁𝗪. I appreciate your contribution. Fuhad, I don't know, did we get anything as regards anything happening?
No, I missed with the Naira.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that.
I don't know. I am a little bit off as well, but maybe as time goes on, we'll see if we can get anything as regards that. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Mobola, Sandra. Yeah, yes, correct.
And Mr. Fuhad. I'm calling from Ango. This issue of security is the whole nation is annoying because the right thing government cannot do it unless government embrace peace. Number one, because even looking at the selection of officers, all those army chiefs and the police IG from the side of the president, all these things will not even help. The judiciary is not helping matter. The INEC is not helping matter. They're supposed to have a national conference, a very genuine one, because the National Assembly are not doing anything there. And every day we see bloodshed, wasting of blood, no respecting of law. So all these things they are doing, they are just wasting time until the government in place will embrace peace. Peace, to the extent of people that they are hot, they should know how to appeal with them. Because look at the past election. The election was fraud, and all of them know it. APC under Buhari government have wasted a lot of resources, wasted a lot of opportunities for 8 years. And on the same platform, this current one is operating again. So let us reason. And these people that raising government when they are wrong, let them stop it. So that let this nation, let them bring love to this nation. The youth doesn't have work. Can we control like this?
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call for text messages and WhatsApp messages. Is 0913-6000-430. Please don't forget we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can drop your comments in the live chat section on both platforms as well. Let's have a conversation this morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello. Please turn off your radio set.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. I'm calling. This is Mr. Vincent calling from Uganda.
Mr. Vincent.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are talking about. I was just hearing what you are saying about insecurity. About insecurity in Nigeria. You see, Nigeria has a lot of government. When we are talking about insecurity, what are the chiefs? The army chiefs, the navy, the Air Force. What are they reasoning? That their messages are being killed and kidnapped. What is their plan? I think if government has a good plan, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a good plan, is it not instruction? If he give instruction will work. People are waiting for him to do something. How can Nigerians will be losing citizens, ambush, killing even though the armies, the security officials killing them, and the citizens are not even breathing. They say let the poor breathe. How can the poor breathe when your life is at risk?
Hello. All right. Well, thank you very much. I think we got what he was trying to say. Well, thank you very much for dropping your contribution. Time check is 9:03. You're on to Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. We're looking at two focal points this morning on Mainland Focus. We're looking at give Nigeria a new constitution. Afe BABALOLA tells AGF and Minister of Justice. Do you agree? And what areas of constitutional amendment would you suggest we focus on? And do you see this current government getting committed to constitutional reforms that can give us a brand new one? A second focal point is the federal government reacting to widespread insecurity in the country. So what would be your suggestion to the federal government on widespread insecurity, and how would you rate the government so far as regards insecurity in the country? Those are the focal points for this morning. 0913-6000-410. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Yes, Mr.
Hello,
John.
Sandra. Good morning. Wow, yes, from
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, so you are right on point. I said that the issue of security goes down to, you can trace it down to even corruption. How many of these people that have been apprehended, these Boko Haram people that has been apprehended, that has been punished, Fuhad, how many of them? Then you cost them, you are granting them amnesty. Or what? Somebody that has taken up arms against the state, like I said yesterday in the program, and you are granting them amnesty. You are even paying them 30,000. Am I right or wrong? Hello?
You are correct. You are listening to you.
So when kind of issues coming up, how will this insecurity? How will it become? Then the issue about I've been telling people that who cares to listen, that we shouldn't be talking like this. I'm coming, hold the money. I've been telling people that it is not about the constitution. It's about plebiscite. How we are going to sit down, come together, and start a new way for our existing together. Because the National Assembly cannot do anything about the constitution. You have never seen anybody that will remove the carpet from his office. No, they will not do that. So we as the people have to tell them that this is exactly what we wanted, and we have input in all the amendments we are going to make. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. John. Good morning to you. Let's take some messages on our Facebook platform. We have... Oh, okay. I think we're still connected to Mr. John. Okay. All right. Let's move on now to Facebook. We have Basil Chika saying insecurity in the different parts of the country is dimensional and have to tackle us. So, like in the southeast, the president should act fast to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the north, both state and federal government should combat the criminals headlong and stop granting them amnesty because it encourages others. Lastly, for the constitution, we need people constitution and not an imposed one. Chika Bende from Trade Fair, Lagos. Olumuyiwa, I guess that's Muyiwa from Abuja, saying good morning, Mainland FM. On giving Nigeria a new constitution, I don't see Nigeria having new constitution just because of diverse ethnic and religious interest. I also don't believe in continuation of this federal state system and introduction of state police, but a return to regional system of government according to present geopolitical zones. Thank you, Olumuyiwa. I also have James Ogbona saying, Sandra and Fuhad, distinguished Mr. Fuhad, I celebrate you handsomely. Sandra, I don't even want to go to any constitutional amendment because of the state houses of assembly that would have to debate on it. My take is on security. Mr. Fuhad, we keep asking, where is military intelligence? I read that the villagers around the Federal University in Zamfara alerted the military base, which is a stone throw from the school, of strange persons and strange movement, but they didn't respond. I ask again, when there's a kidnap of this nature and magnitude, what does it cost the military to alert their other bases on that kidnap route to watch out for those coming in different directions with these ladies? How much does a drone cost compared to the billions we spend on less important things? Security is key. You know, there's so many things that James Ogbona highlighted here. First of which is talking about the state houses of assembly. From
Definitely.
Hello. Yeah, I would even we need to share more than this Jonathan to enjoy this government in the time of Jonathan. They brought these people in Nigeria to come and spoil this government. After the left now, they can't do something available for this country anymore. They came to come and spoil this country. This same party. Look at what Tinubu also said, that when he came down there, he was talking about state police for how many years now. But you can't make it when you get there. They know what they are doing. So thank you.
Thank
you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Yes, and you too, and you as well. Thank you very much. Fuhad, do you what do you have to say as regards
No, I think some of us are getting worried that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he was in the trenches, during the Nadeko days, he was one of the biggest voices, one of the loudest voices on constitutional reforms, restructuring of the country, and one of the agenda at that time, too, when you look at devolution of power as part of the Nadeko demands at that time, was to begin to look at issues like state policing, autonomy to the federating units and local government, to the point where state policing was part of that demand. But now that he's president, a lot of some of those things they said when they were on the other side as an opposition leader, or when he was in the trenches with Nadeko, we don't see that communal starting it, but we
take them and then we forces. The military should be purged, and the state police is now very imperative. On the constitution, we need a brand new one, and if there's going to be any constitutional review, it should be limited to the National Assembly. State assemblies are spoilers. That is that. We also have good morning. Oh, okay. Apologies for that one. All right, and we also have some messages on Facebook. This is Joshua from Oregon. I said, I remember I said this before. Security issues are not radio matters. When the new service chief was appointed, all of them will come out and sit on radio and say whatever they feel like. But we are back to square one. I serve in Zamfara, Kaura to be precise. I know what my eyes saw. About our constitution, we have lawmakers. So if they are not interested in doing their job, why are they there then? Imagine someone that didn't even work up to 3 months were receiving prayers to go on leave. So have here, top of the morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Nigeria should be in a state of mourning and grieving for the leadership woes and miseries that have befallen the country. The government is not sincere with the fight against terrorism and campaign to end insecurity for good. Like I said before, I doubt if the president is keen on restructuring Nigeria through constitutional reforms. A Machiavellian... Okay, well, but the good Nigerian people shall overcome. Thank you, Sandra and Fuad. And that's 𝗪𝗪𝗁 from 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗫𝗏 sharing his own thoughts. Good morning, Mainland FM. My name is 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗫𝗍 Liberty. As for me, nothing will change with this same set of old politicians because what is good for them, what is good for the people is not good for them. Okay. We also have 𝗪𝗀𝗱𝗁𝗁 𝗪𝗀𝗱𝗁 from Jakonde Estate, 𝗪𝗃𝗏 Isolo. I want to advise that individuals should be extra careful and secure one another. The security system of this government is zero. Let every... All right.
It's an option for people who know how to do that.
Mr. Bakari.
That it's part of security, fortunate. You should give to yourself, sincerely speaking. Remember the jurisdiction as a matter of urgency. Separate the office of the Attorney General from that of who himself is an appointee of Mr. President. That is one. Two, we must remove, separate this National Assembly and merge it into one. Their contribution to the betterment of an average Nigerian life is nothing to write home about. So I will suggest that we can have a unicameral system of government. If at all, we must do democracy because we are told that is the best form of government.
Yes.
That's why I feel that Afe BABALOLA is correct. It may not necessarily be that we should abandon what we have and throw it into the dustbin, but if we are not going to do that, then we have to do certain salient amendments, and some of them are what I have just mentioned. Thank you so much, and have a brilliant day.
And you too. Thank you very much, Barrister Bakari. I appreciate 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call. Hello, good morning.
Because democracy have not given us anything tangible. All those corruption, nepotism, politicking after this region, when we go back. That's the problem. Have you achieved anything as far as the so-called democracy we have? But tell me what you can boast of. People,
right. Yes, live on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, my name is Amira.
All right.
So the question to them, I think they are good and unfortunate situations. E.g., maybe your car breaking down on that should the bridge, either up or down. Thugs, stars everywhere, parading as state actors, whereas they are not. In the morning they are this, in the evening they are something else. The bandits and the likes. The ones we have around us, even worse institution. It's about the people. See, right? So I think we have the answer. Maybe this thing should be picked up and get the right people to do it. Let me round off with this. If you're expecting this current National Assembly to do anything on the Constitution, forget it. In short, the electoral reform they did, they've seen the loopholes. Whatever they will readjust to be to favor them. Thank you and have a blessed day.
And you too. Thank you very much, Damlala, as always on transit. Well, that's about the wrap we can take as regards phone calls. Apologies. We'll be wrapping things up with messages from our different platforms on WhatsApp, text messages, and Facebook and YouTube as well. Okay, but we have here on Facebook, we have Ajibola Abiola saying people in Nigeria have made the country a fraternity. That is why to draw a new constitution for the nation to progress is a problem to them. Progressive Agenda saying, good morning, Mainland FM. Regarding curbing insecurity in Nigeria, no hidden cameras and microphones remotely connected everywhere in every part of the on fake killing